It wasn't the sound of buzzing mosquitoes or laughing children that filled the air that evening. It was the heart-wrenching cry of a mother. The sound cut through Mary like a knife. She dropped her notebook immediately and ran to Emeka's house, her heart pounding. When she arrived, she saw Emeka's mother sitting on the ground and holding her 5-year-old son. His small body was burning with fever, his chest rising and falling with labored breaths. His siblings stood nearby, their eyes wide with fear. "Malaria!" his mother cried, her voice shaking as tears streamed down her face. "It's malaria again, Mary. He's burning up." Upset, Mary knelt beside Emeka. She touched his forehead. It was very hot. Her gaze drifted to the corner of the compound, where a broken water drum sat, half covered and filled with stagnant water. Mosquitoes buzzed above it in a thick cloud. "Why is that drum still here?" Mary asked sharply. "I told you weeks ago to get rid of it." Ashamed, Emeka's mother replied, "I know, Mary. I wanted to, but we need it for water. The tap hasn't worked in weeks. I didn't think it would come to this." Mary swallowed her frustration and started to unbutton Emeka's shirt. "We will help him," she said firmly. "And that drum, remove it tonight." But deep down, Mary knew that this wasn't just about Emeka. It never was. Hours later, Mary sat in her small room, replaying everything in her mind. Emeka wasn't the first. Malaria had gripped the community so hard, draining families of lots of money. Mary was in the neighborhood as part of a short public health internship. Her assignment was to live and work in the community, study the health challenges they faced, and find solutions. The area had been plagued by malaria outbreaks for years and was the perfect place for her to learn and make a difference. But for Mary, this was more than just a health project. It was very personal. Every sick child and every struggling family reminded her why she chose public health in the first place: to save lives and bring hope to forgotten communities. As Mary sat, lost in thought, her phone buzzed. It was a TikTok video. Kunle, the neighborhood TikTok star, was dancing in his usual flashy style. As she watched him dance, she had a brilliant idea. "What if?" she murmured. She grabbed her phone and started making calls. Her voice was calm, but her words were urgent. "If no one is coming to save us, we will save ourselves." The next morning, Mary stood under the old mango tree in the town square. A crowd of young boys and girls gathered, curious but skeptical. Kunle was there too, leaning against a tree. Mary raised her voice. "My people, we are starting a TikTok challenge. It's simple. Dance while you clean stagnant water. Make it fun. Make it go viral. We will drain every puddle, clear every gutter, and stop the mosquitoes." Kunle raised an eyebrow. "So you want me, the TikTok king, to clean gutters?" The crowd laughed, but Mary didn't even flinch. She stepped closer to Kunle, looking directly into his eyes. "Kunle, think of the views, the likes, the followers. Everyone will see you leading a movement that is saving lives." Kunle responded, "Likes, huh?" Mary nodded. "And respect. You could be the hero this community needs." Or, she added with a persuasive smile, "Are you afraid of getting your hands dirty?" Kunle laughed. "All right, Mary, but if I do this, you are going to join my next dance." "Deal," Mary replied. Kunle's first video lit up the internet. He danced with wild energy while scooping water from a puddle, each move perfectly timed to a catchy beat. His caption read, "Stagnant Water Challenge, Dance for Change." The video spread like wildfire. Soon, kids, Youths, parents, and even elders joined in, dancing while they cleared stagnant water and cleaned gutters. Local celebrities joined too, turning the challenge into a nationwide trend. The community transformed, mosquitoes disappeared, and for the first time in years, the night air was very peaceful. But just as the campaign reached its peak, Mary got a frantic message. Mary, Emeka is worse. Mary ran to his house and found him lying on a mat, his breath shallow. His mother clutched his hands tightly. You're strong, Emeka, Mary whispered, holding his tiny hand. Stay with us. She noticed that his skin was warm. She made a desperate call to a friend at a health NGO. Less than an hour later, a doctor arrived with anti-malarials. They walked through the night, and by morning, Emeka's fever broke. When he asked for food, his mother cried with relief, hugging Mary tightly. You saved him, she said. Mary shook her head. No, we saved him together. That night, as if she had gotten a revelation, Mary suddenly remembered the 1,000 insecticide-treated mosquito nets that were supposed to have been distributed months ago to protect families from malaria. Now, they were nowhere to be found, and no one seemed to know. No one even remembered them at all. She spent the next day investigating. She asked local leaders, health officials, and even shop owners, but no one had answers. Every lead hit a dead end. Frustration gnawed at her. Why would someone hide life-saving nets? She muttered to herself. That evening, Mary paced her room, racking her brain. Suddenly, her phone buzzed. It was Kunle. Mary, you're not going to believe this, but I think I saw something weird today while filming near the old markets. What do you mean? Mary asked. Well, Kunle began. There were some large bundles covered with staffs in the back of a broken down truck. I didn't think much of it, but now I am wondering. Mary's eyes widened. Kunle, can you show me where? The next morning, Mary and Kunle headed to the old market. The truck was still there and looked so rusty. As they approached, Mary's heart pounded. She pulled back the tarps, and there they were, stacks of insecticide-treated mosquito nets, neatly packed and untouched. Mary stared in disbelief. They've been here all along, out in the open, and no one noticed. Kunle shook his head. This is wild. Who even left them here? I don't know, Mary said, her voice firm, but we're not waiting to find out. These nets belong to the people. Mary quickly gathered the youths from the community. We are going to turn this into a celebration, she announced. We will use the nets, TikTok, and our movement to spread the word. They created a new video series, young people dancing while distributing the nets to families in need. Each video highlighted the importance of using the nets properly and keeping homes mosquito-free. The campaign caught fire. People from neighboring communities joined in, coming to collect their share of the nets and participating in the challenge. Who hit the nets doesn't matter anymore, Mary said during one of the videos. What matters is that they are saving lives now. Within days, nearly every household in the community had a net. Children slept soundly under the protective fabric, and the buzz of mosquitoes began to fade. Mary stood under the mango tree, watching Emeka and his siblings play. When Kunle walked over, he grinned. You've done it again, Mary. That move with the nets was genius. Mary smiled. It wasn't just me, Kunle. It was all of us. Kunle grinned and added, You know, I think this deserves another dance-off. Without further ado, both of them started a joyous impromptu dance. For the first time in a long time, the community felt peace.